my wife. I think some of you met me and know me now. 3 years ago, I met Earl Brannick through a friend, Ginger Martis, and we had gone to see Ginger after years of antique boating together. Ginger and I knew each other. When I was introduced to Earl, suddenly I became so interested in him and the stories that he told. I didn't visit adequately with Ginger, and so she got mad. So I had to be careful to pay attention to her while Earl was there. As a kid, I always wanted my grandfather to tell me stories, and he never would. He wasn't a talker, and Earl was. And so he filled my need to hear wonderful stories. So he told me the stories of himself as a boy and his uncle, Amos Creighton, how he became the ship's boy for the governor of Maryland's yacht, the SS DuPont. And then how he was taught all kinds of seamanship and navigation by his uncle, how he became a merchant marine at 13, and then how he served aboard different ships. These are all the things people dream about, and he did these things. And then how his mother signed to him to go in the Navy at 17. And then how he became a part of the SS Chester. How because his uncle had taught him navigation, which was a valued skill in the beginning of World War II, he got to work on the bridge with the skipper of the ship as a quartermaster. And so he was instrumental in planning where the ship went for the battles and the 17 battles they went to. He told the stories in a first-person way that I was there. Suddenly I became a part of his great adventures that he had all his life. Then he told me how, when he came back, he became the historian for the ship. All the wonderful things that the ship had done, he wrote them down and then kept in touch with all the men that he knew in his years on board. How he became a businessman and ran the Anne Arundel County Economic Development Department for the county where I grew up. All the famous corporations that he had cited in Maryland that now were well known. And then how he became a Rotarian and how he helped children in his community. All the different things he did, how he owned 4 skipjack sailboats and sailed all up and down the Chesapeake Bay in his boats. How he married his high school sweetheart, and they had an airplane, and he flew up and down the East Coast to all these great places that he went. He was the most highly decorated person that I've ever seen. He had pictures of himself with Queen Elizabeth and other people and luminaries and naval captains from all around. It was just amazing just to be with him and to share all of his wonderful adventures. Well, as he became ill, we visited more often, and we still had wonderful times. He ended every story with a laugh, and he filled me with the pleasure of knowing all the things that he did. When he became ill, he asked me to come here today and to be with you in his place. And so I've helped to support Andrew in the creation of this wonderful presentation you see tonight. And it's an honor to be here and to speak with you all. Andrew?
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Andrew Todd. I'm from Cambridge, Maryland, same place that Earl Brannick was born and raised. After the last year and a half, I've taken care of Earl personally, and I've been with him every day. And it's going to be very hard for me to go back home and not have him there with me. I used to joke with him. I said, you know, Earl, you better keep your health up, because even if you die on me, I've still got to go there and honor you. And that was a joke, but it was serious, and I didn't think that that would actually happen. But unfortunately, on Thursday at 4 o'clock, he did pass away. And I decided, you know what, I've still got a job to do. And I have a presentation for everyone tonight. I'm going to move that up in a moment. And we also, your handouts, the small program books on everybody's table in front of you. That was produced by Earl Braddock. The small pieces of wood in front of them are pieces of the Chester, taken from when the well deck was blasted to Roanoke in 1942. Those were from his private collection, and he wanted to share them with all of you, because he knew that he wasn't going to be able to keep them for himself anymore. And many of the pieces over there are going to be raffle items to support the Chester Association so that they can continue to remember what these men have done. Likewise with that little boat over there. He built that by hand 50-odd years ago. I helped him restore it. It wasn't in the best shape, and I did the best I could. So. Also, we do have books over here that he had written of warship and of his chronicles on the USS Chester. Those are available for sale, and the proceeds go to the Brannock Trust, because Earl did have a museum of his own, and is now incorporated into the Richardson Museum of Cambridge, Maryland. Also, we have the first editions. Those are free to everybody. Please, before you leave, do take one. Also, we do have newspapers over there talking about us yesterday at the War Memorial. So if you want to see yourself in the paper, you might be in it. So, without further ado, I'd like to load up this video so that you all can see it.